This week on the season's final edition of One Devotion. Relive some touching moments from Madrid, including the unique way in which the new champs celebrated. Learn how a 35-year-old playing his first Final Four brought experience to bear on the season's crowning moments. Follow the fun and a weekend's worth of social inclusion that found winners everywhere in the Spanish capital. And have a look back at the best of a Euroleague season full of legends and new stars, tradition and renewal. Among the touching moments at the Final Four was the chance to see so many families and children of Euroleague players celebrating at centre court in Barclaycard Arena with their famous husbands and fathers. It started spontaneously when Vasilis Spanoulis of Olympiacos Piraeus won his team's semi-final against CSKA Moscow on Friday, with an incredible scoring run over the game's last 4 minutes. After the final buzzer, Spanoulis left the celebration on court to find his family in the stands, only to see one of his 3 sons sleeping in his seat, despite the commotion and noise in the jam-packed arena. Spanoulis woke his son with the good news and then proceeded to sit with his family for some of the second semi-final between Real Madrid and Fenerbahce Ülker Istanbul. 2 nights later, for the first time in his Final Four experience, Spanoulis was on the losing end. But after Real Madrid got the best of Olympiacos, unleashing the first home court celebration of a Euroleague title in 8 years, children were everywhere, even one that is not born yet. Part of the dynamic had to do with so many veterans on Real Madrid winning the Euroleague title for the first time in their long careers. Ioannis Borousis and Jonas Masioulis, who have a combined 22 Euroleague seasons between them, went into daddy mode quickly by taking their daughters in their arms for the biggest moment of their careers. The same went for shooter Casey Rivers, who was among the first to bring his young daughter to the court. But they were not the only ones who took little children into their arms while confetti rained throughout the arena. Semi-finals hero Gustavo Ayllón gave his young son a ride on his shoulders. Little did they know that they were reliving a tradition that was started the last time Madrid won the title, in 1995, when Joe Arlaucas included his 5-year-old son in the on-court celebrations, a memory that stayed with him 20 years later.
There was so much euphoria and so much happiness, and it was one of the most special moments of my life because I was able to bring my son down, and I think he was 5 at the time. I was able to bring him down on the court, and he spent the whole thing with me.
Perhaps the most moving of family scenes involved 11-year Euroleague veteran and team captain Felipe Reyes, who became a father for the first time in February. He was eager to share the moment with his young daughter, who soon found herself sitting in the Euroleague trophy. Babes in arms or on the way were not a prerequisite, however, as many players celebrated with their wives, girlfriends, parents, brothers, sisters, and close friends. In the case of one Madrid star, Sergio Rodriguez, it was a chance to celebrate his impending fatherhood. He paraded around with the game ball under his jersey in solidarity with his pregnant wife, who came on court to join him in some memorable photos. They say a great team is like a family, and it was never more apparent than when the Euroleague trophy came back after a long time to the most successful team ever in Europe, Real Madrid. Legends, celebrities, volunteers and participants from Special Olympics and local primary schools filled the entire weekend of the Final Four in Madrid with activities that highlighted the work of Turkish Airlines Euroleague stars to help intellectually disabled and at-risk groups across the continent. All of the activities were dedicated to the Euroleague Basketball Corporate Social Responsibility Programme One Team, which is supported by founding patron Turkish Airlines, and this season featured 31 clubs in 14 countries, working to bridge the gap between marginalised or at-risk communities and the rest of society. At the Final Four, One Team volunteers were the first people to take to the court when 60 of them joined the One Team introduction training session in order to learn the goals and methodologies used in the programme. The very next morning, Euroleague stars and dignitaries from the Comunidad de Madrid and Euroleague were on hand at the world-famous Puerta del Sol for the traditional one-team event that serves as a curtain raiser for every Final Four. Dozens of youngsters from One Team proud partner Special Olympics took to the court together with 5 One Team ambassadors of the programme. Karl Heinz and Victor Kriapa of CSKA Moscow, Salah Mejri of Real Madrid, Olgut Savats of Fenerbahce Ülker Istanbul, and Brent Petway of Olympiakos Piraeus.
I mean, every time I get a chance to come back, I mean, it allows me to get a chance to experience a different community, a different experience with different participants. Every year I can see that it's growing. I can see that the One Team message continues to spread. Euroleague and One Team has done an amazing job. They continue to spread the message, and you can see, I mean, the results are here with the participants in the exercise that we did today. Everybody here had a good time. They had an amazing time. Everybody here was competitive, you know, trying to win every game and trying to solve all the puzzles. So I think it was a great experience for everybody here.
One Team activities continued on Friday morning in the fan zone at Plaza de Oriente. 4 former Euroleague champions worked on basketball drills with 20 boys and girls from 2 local schools, before mixing together for a celebrity basketball game with the children, to the delight of hundreds of fans.
For our side, of course, that we want to help people feel good, feel part of this game. We are all devoted to this game, and of course, every time we can help to promote it, we have to do it, and it's our pleasure.
Vujicic, a One Team global ambassador, was joined by Euroleague legend Theo Papaloukas, 1995 Euroleague champions from Real Madrid Joao Arlaucas and Jose Miguel Antunes, and NBA players Jose Manuel Calderon and Kenneth Farid. However, it was the kids who were the centre of attention for everyone.
I always, enjoying this kind of events, especially when I involve children. It's a good way to bring new people in basketball.
The result of the game counted plenty too, because Euroleague partner Citroën, represented by Spanish television host Jorge Fernandez and Cristina Pedroche, made a donation to 2 local charities for every basket scored. When it was time for the Final Four to get underway, One Team took centre court at the Barclaycard Centre for the biggest games of the season too. In front of a worldwide audience, youngsters from One Madrid and Special Olympics stood side by side with Euroleague stars before the tip-off of each Final Four game, sharing the spotlight with the starters from Real Madrid, Olympiakos Piraeus, CSKA Moscow and Fenerbahce Ülker Istanbul. It all added up to a resounding finish to a season in which Euroleague clubs and players have dedicated more time and effort than ever before to help underprivileged groups in their own communities throughout Europe, with an inspiring programme that grows ever bigger with their commitment. One Team. Like the Real Madrid team that he joined last summer and led to the Euroleague title this month, Andres Nocioni waited a long time for his chance at Final Four glory. Although he received an All-Euroleague trophy at the event back in 2003, playing at a Final Four had eluded Nocioni until now. Which is why, heading into the semi-finals against Fenerbahce Ülker Istanbul, he was overflowing with determination to meet the moment in his first Final Four appearance at age 35.
I think it's a great opportunity for me and for the team, and I hope I can help my team to win it. You know, it's difficult, it's a tough tournament, tough competition, but we need to play hard and try to do it.
From a career that was highlighted by his Olympic gold medal for the Argentine national team in 2004, Nocioni had a clear idea of how he wanted to apply his determination while playing in the Final Four for Real Madrid.
You know, you need to show to the other team it's gonna be a really long night for them and really tough night for them. So this is what we're gonna do tomorrow.
Nocioni lived up to those words all weekend long. Against Fenerbahce, his go-ahead three-point play sparked a 35-point second-quarter scoring barrage that carried Madrid to victory. Nocioni finished with 12 points and 6 rebounds, but it was his incredible energy all night long, including Madrid's only block shot in the semi-final, that filled his team with confidence.
I think we played really good second quarter. I think we break the game right there, and we fight really physically with them, and I think we win. So I think that's good for us, and I think the key was the second quarter.
Nocioni was just as impressive in Sunday's championship game against Olympiacos. He again provided an energy boost as soon as he entered the action, registering a great block at the end of the first quarter. That set the tone for another energetic performance that Nocioni finished with 12 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists and a steal. His scoring included a three-pointer that restored Madrid's double-digit advantage late in the game. A few seconds later, his next spectacular block brought the house down at Barclaycard Centre, as Madrid fans sensed that their 20-year wait for the Euroleague title was coming to an end. By the time the buzzer sounded on the season, Madrid had won by 19 points, the second widest victory in a Euroleague championship game in the last 50 years. Nocioni's inspirational presence all over the court led the hundreds of accredited media in attendance to vote for him as the Final Four MVP, a verdict his coach readily endorsed.
I mean, when you talk about basketball players, you can talk about a lot of things. Shooting, passing, defending, but there is one thing that you don't buy in anything here. Congratulations. Heart.
Nocioni was happy to concur with the suggestion that his main role was to bring a greater competitive edge to a team that had lost the 2 previous championship games.
I try to play D and try to make my team better with other things. You know, we got a lot of talent here. And I think sometimes when somebody came and bring toughness to the team is good. So this is what I try to do.
That's what he tried, and that's what Nocioni did, almost 14 years after his debut in the Euroleague, making his first chance at the trophy pay off as the 2015 Final Four MVP. None had ever held the trophy before, but now everyone on Real Madrid's roster can call himself something new: Euroleague champion. KC Rivers joined Madrid before this season and reserved his most influential performance for the semi-final, hitting 5 three-pointers to help Los Blancos surge past Fenerbahce. The dynamic Rudy Fernandez had Madrid's highest scoring average and was the Euroleague's top stealer. His third consecutive appearance on the All-Euroleague team was rewarded in the best way possible, with Rudy cutting the nets. Battle-hardened veteran Andres Nocioni brought his experience to bear when it counted most for his new team, excelling in both games at the Final Four to propel Madrid to the title as the weekend's MVP. Despite limited playing time, Facundo Campazzo provided Madrid with some highlights that showed he can become a bigger presence in the future. Another Madrid newcomer, Jonas Masiulis, was particularly valuable in the championship game against Olympiacos, providing go-ahead points in the second quarter and toughness the rest of the way to victory. In his 11th Euroleague season, Felipe Reyes became the competition's all-time rebounding king and earned his full All-Euroleague selection while compiling the most points and rebounds this season for Madrid. Besides delivering memorable assists all season long, the electrifying Sergio Rodriguez served as Madrid's second-best scorer and joined 2 teammates with the most points for their team during the Final Four. Gustavo Ayllón was his new team's top shot blocker this season, then stepped up with exquisite timing to register his best game in points, assists and performance index rating in Madrid's semi-final win over Fenerbahce. Shooter JC Carroll was Madrid's most accurate three-point shooter this season, but saved his best for last by making 3 triples in 90 seconds to give Madrid the lead for good against Olympiacos in the championship game. Sergio Llull, the only Madrid player to start every game this season, led the team in minutes, assists, three-pointers and index rating before dishing the most assists at the Final Four and matching the most points scored that weekend for the champs. In his 13th Euroleague season, Ioannis Borousis made a significant contribution as the team's best per-minute shot blocker and rebounder to finally lift the trophy that he worked his whole career to win. Marcus Slaughter was a constant source of energy for Madrid, playing a crucial role as the Euroleague's leader in steals per minute and an anchor on the defensive end of the court for the champions. Reliable backup Salah Mejri did everything asked of him and showed a commendable team-first mentality to provide unwavering support all season long. And head coach Pablo Laso, after leading Madrid to the championship game in 2013 and 2014, found that the third time was the charm as he too added his name to the list of new Euroleague champion. As it closed with a glorious Final Four celebration this month, it was clear that the 15th anniversary season of the Turkish Airlines Euroleague had served both to strengthen the competition's ties to its glorious past and to point the way towards a promising future. The 2014-15 season featured some of the great veterans who forged the Euroleague's unique style, being rewarded for their consistency with records and milestones. Back in October, the great Dimitris Diamantidis of Panathinaikos became the first Euroleague player to reach 1,000 assists for his career. A month later, Vasilis Spanoulis of Olympiacos became just the 4th player in Euroleague history to reach 2,500 points. In January, Felipe Reyes of Real Madrid surpassed the Euroleague record for most career rebounds. CSKA Moscow set the pace among teams by winning its first 15 games of the season, the longest winning streak in the competition in 7 years. Meanwhile, newer Euroleague players kept rising to the occasion all season long. Fenerbahce Ulker Istanbul's Andrew Gaudelok waited just 5 games into his Euroleague career to set a new single-game record by making 10 three-point shots. Marcus Williams broke the single-game assists record with 17 for Crvena Zvezda Telekom Belgrade. Later in the season, his teammate Boban Marjanovic pulled the most rebounds ever in a season with 256. Caleb Green of Unicaja Malaga had the honour of scoring the Euroleague's 500,000th point this century on a three-point shot in March. That same month, Fenerbahce Ulker Istanbul won its 9th consecutive game away from home, the second longest road winning streak in competition history. Fenerbahce went on to become the only playoff team to sweep its series, dethroning Maccabi Electra Tel Aviv and reaching the Final Four for the first time in club history. Season-long favourites CSKA Moscow and Madrid needed one more game to qualify for the Final Four, while Olympiacos became the only team to do so without home court advantage in the playoffs, thanks to more heroics from George Printezis. Before the battle for the title started in Madrid, the season's top individual performers were honoured, with the All-Euroleague first and second teams featuring 6 new names, including the season's MVP, Fenerbahce forward Nemanja Bjelica. The Final Four started with a bang, as Spanoulis gave Olympiacos another epic comeback against CSKA Moscow, which came to Madrid with the competition's best record. Then Real Madrid, which had set single-game and full-season assists record already, outdid itself with 18 assists and 0 turnovers at half-time of its victory over Fenerbahce. That set the stage for a classic showdown in the season's last game, where Real Madrid used the home court advantage and toughness to keep Olympiacos at bay and lift its first Euroleague trophy in 20 years behind Final Four MVP Andres Nocioni. For the first time this century, the most crowned club in European history reigned again to close a season of renewal in the Turkish Airlines Euroleague. And now the top 10 from the entire 2014-15 season. Number 10, top 16, round 10, Madrid, Spain. Facundo Campazzo makes a block for Real Madrid, and he's not finished yet, dribbling the ball down court before making a great pass for Andres Nocioni to score. Number 9, regular season, round 10, Tel Aviv, Israel. Jeremy Pargo receives a pass and rises to the basket to convert an incredible layup with a spectacular 360 mid-air spin. A thing of beauty from Jeremy Pargo. Number 8, regular season, round 6, Munich, Germany. Mario Hezonja makes a steal for FC Barcelona and leads a scintillating fast break before feeding a pass to Tomas Satoransky, and just look at how he finishes. Number 7, regular season, round 4, Madrid, Spain. Dinamo Sassari contributed fully to a hugely entertaining game against Real Madrid, never more so than this spectacular basket from Shane Lawal, rising high to detonate a massive dunk. Number 6, top 16, round 1, Istanbul, Turkey. Explosive action from a clash of heavyweights as Aaron Jackson races to the basket for CSKA Moscow, but Ricky Hickman's never-say-die spirit and incredible athleticism allows him to make a superb block. Number 5, top 16, round 11, Athens, Greece. In the final stages of a huge win for Panathinaikos, Vladimir Jankovic makes a steal and turns on the style with a behind-the-back pass for James Gist to explode a spectacular slam. Showtime in Athens. Number 4, playoffs, game 4, Piraeus, Greece. Game tied, 6 seconds remaining, Olympiacos inbounds to Vasilis Panoulis, who finds Kostas Loukas, who finds George Printesis, who sinks a wild buzzer-beating triple to send Olympiacos to the Final Four. Incredible scenes in the Peace and Friendship Stadium. Number 3, top 16, round 6, Istanbul, Turkey. Fenerbahce's unstoppable Jan Vesely powers through and over the challenge of Mirza Begic to unload a spectacular monster slam. Number 2, playoffs, game 3, Istanbul, Turkey. Final seconds, FS leading by 3. Real Madrid inbounds to JC Carroll, who sinks a brilliant three-pointer to tie the game. But Dante Draper dribbles down court and delivers a perfect assist to Matt Janning, who sinks a sensational triple to win it, keep his team alive, and spark wild celebrations inside the Abdi Pechki Arena. Number 1, top 16, round 13, Kaunas, Lithuania. Sensational from Žalgiris Kaunas as Paulius Jankunas and Arturas Milaknis make saves to keep the play alive, and Will Cherry floats a perfectly timed pass into the stride of James Anderson for a spectacular alley-oop slam. That's all for this year. Have a good summer and we'll see you next season.